Agent Garza just called. A Porsche registered to the Veston family. Crossed the border 3 hours ago.
A rookie SWAT operator eats lunch standing up. Plate balanced on a gun safe, because sitting down might read as someone who's stopped being ready to move. 4 ranks above him, the team commander eats that same lunch cold at a desk between a phone call about a lawsuit and a phone call about next year's budget. Same unit, same building, completely different survival. But the insignia on the collar doesn't explain the gap. What each rank has to survive to keep this job does. And by the time you reach the top, bullets stop being the hardest part. Start at the bottom, because the bottom is where the job is loudest and the stakes are simplest. A probationary operator, usually somewhere between 25 and 32, has already survived a selection process built to fail most of the people who attempt it. Some departments run selection at under 10% pass rates. The ones who make it don't get a badge that says they've arrived. They get a locker, a training schedule that eats their evenings for the next year, and a nickname they didn't choose. Eating at this rank is a skill you learn under duress. You eat fast, standing, in full kit if the call-out board is live, because a rookie who's still chewing when the van rolls is a rookie who eats the rest of his meal in the truck, one-handed, watching the map on someone else's phone. Protein bars live in every pocket that isn't already full of magazines, half melted by August, half frozen by January, eaten the same either way. A hot meal, sitting down, with both hands free, is treated less like dinner and more like a rumour you heard other people get to have. The vending machine by the armory becomes a personality trait. You learn which button jams, which snack survives a 12-hour shift in a cargo pocket without turning to paste, and you stop being embarrassed about eating cold gas station food at your own kitchen table at 4 a.m. because your spouse stopped waiting up for the microwave beep months ago. Sleeping is worse. The rookie's schedule isn't his own yet. He's on the regular patrol rotation most departments still require before a full-time SWAT slot opens up, which means he's pulling nights, days and call-outs on top of both, because the pager doesn't check what shift he's coming off. Sleep debt becomes background noise, the kind you stop noticing, the same way you stop noticing a fridge humming in another room, right up until the night it finally catches up and someone has to send you home. Your eyes burn by hour 18. Your hands develop a small, specific shake around the coffee cup that nobody mentions out loud because everybody's had it, and admitting it out loud sounds too close to admitting you can't hack the schedule at all. Nobody warns you about this part. Surviving for a rookie is mostly physical. It's the 20-mile ruck that doubles as a Tuesday. It's the SWAT PT standards that some units enforce twice a year. Obstacle courses timed to the second because a team can't carry someone who can't carry themselves over a wall under 140 pounds of gear. Fail it and you're not fired, usually. You're just quietly not on the entry team anymore, which in this world is its own kind of death. Climb one rung to the senior operator 3 to 5 years in, and the physical demand doesn't drop. If anything, it compounds, because now the department expects the ruck times to still be sharp, while also expecting him to actually be good at the job the ruck was training him for. But something else starts to change here, and it's the first hint of what's coming. He starts training the new guys. He starts being the one whose read on a door gets trusted without a second opinion. The body is still the main currency. The judgment is starting to matter just as much. Eating changes with the seniority, just slightly. He's earned enough trust to step away from the truck for 10 minutes if the call-out's still staging. He knows which 24-hour diner near the department will still serve breakfast at 3 a.m. after a warrant service runs long. The coffee bitter and reheated twice, the vinyl booth cold under his vest. That's not luxury. That's a man who's learned to work inside the schedule's gaps instead of just surviving them. Sleeping is the same fight, but now there's a family on the other end of it. Most senior operators are married by now, some with kids, and the job doesn't pause for either. The call-out comes at 2 a.m. either way. What changes is the second conversation.
Police department, search warrant! Open the door!
The one that happens in the doorway with a spouse who's done this enough times to not ask where, just how long. Divorce rates in high-stress tactical units run high enough that most departments now fund a peer support program specifically to catch it before it becomes a statistic. Surviving, here, starts to mean something beyond fitness. It means holding a decision under a doorway for half a second while 100 outcomes run through your head, because in an entry team, hesitation and speed are both fatal in their own ways. It means living with the ones that went wrong, because eventually one does, and there is no manual chapter for that. This is the ladder's real climb. The body was never the hard part. The mind was always waiting at the top. Move up again to team leader, usually a sergeant, and the job quietly stops being about him at all. He's still expected to be fit enough to run the stack, still expected to make entry alongside the guys he commands, but now every decision he makes gets multiplied by however many operators are standing behind that door with him. A wrong call now lands on the men behind him, not on him alone. Eating for a team leader becomes almost incidental, something he does while briefing the next call-out or debriefing the last one. He'll tell you the food matters less than making sure the newest guy on the team ate at all, because a hungry operator makes slower decisions, and slower decisions get people hurt. Sleeping gets rationed against something new, the phone that never fully turns off, because a team leader is the first call when anything goes wrong, on shift or off. He sleeps lighter, always, the way anyone does when they know a wrong number at 3 a.m. means someone's dead or about to be. Surviving, at this rank, means carrying the weight of other people's mistakes home with you, filed next to your own. It means being the one who has to look a rookie in the eye after his first bad call and explain that the job doesn't get easier, it just gets more expensive. Above him sits the assistant commander, sometimes a lieutenant, and here the transformation finishes. He's rarely on the entry team anymore. His war now is fought in incident command vehicles and briefing rooms, coordinating with negotiators, fire and command staff who've never worn the kit and never will. The radios he listens to used to be the only sound that mattered. Now they're one input among a dozen, competing with a chief who wants an update and a city attorney who wants to know why force was used at all. Eating and sleeping here start to resemble any other stressful desk job, except the stakes attached to a bad night's sleep are still, occasionally, somebody's life. He eats when the meeting ends. He sleeps until the phone rings, and the phone rings on a schedule set by other people's emergencies, not his own. Surviving means something almost unrecognizable from where the rookie started. It means signing off on tactics he'll never personally execute and living with the outcome either way. It means the fitness test that once decided whether he could climb a wall now decides almost nothing about whether he can do his job. And the thing that actually breaks people at this level isn't the physical toll anymore. It's the isolation of being the one who has to decide, alone, while everyone below him waits to be told what happens next. And at the very top sits the team commander, the one who ordered the same cold lunch the rookie will one day eat standing on a gun safe himself, if he lasts that long. He hasn't made entry in years. He might not even remember what the inside of the stack sounds like anymore. His body is no longer the instrument of the job, his name is. Every operation his team runs has his signature on the plan somewhere, which means every operation that goes wrong has his name in the after-action report, the lawsuit, and sometimes the news. He eats whenever there's a gap, wherever there's a chair, and he's stopped noticing whether the food is good because his attention is somewhere else entirely, running the math on whether tomorrow's warrant service is worth the risk if it goes sideways. Coffee replaces most meals by the afternoon, the same cup refilled and reheated in a break room microwave that's older than half his operators. He sleeps in fragments, the kind that never quite reach the deep stage because command doesn't clock out. It follows him into a bed his own team assumes he's resting in. Phone face up on the nightstand, ringer on. The one sound in the house he can't teach himself to sleep through. Surviving, for him, has nothing left to do with fitness tests or ruck marches. It's political survival now, budget survival, the survival of a program that a single bad night can end for good, no matter how many good ones came before it. He carries every operator's mistake as his own, publicly, whether or not he was in the room. The rookie survives the door, the commander survives the fallout, indefinitely, alone, long after everyone else has gone home and slept it off. So which rank actually has it harder? Nobody does, and everybody does. The physical toll gets lighter with every stripe, and the weight of the decision never does. It just changes shape, from a wall you have to climb into a phone call you can't avoid. None of them chose the version of the job they got stuck carrying. They just chose the door, years ago, before they knew which side of it they'd end up standing on. So was any of it worth it? The ruck marches, the missed dinners, the decisions nobody else had to make. Ask them after the next call out, not before.